Because we're due for a miracle. I'm waiting for a sign of another episode of Sword of Mana, hosted as usual by yours truly, Monochromium. I'm trying to get into a different intro here, guys, so let me know what you think in the comments below after this video is all over. So, welcome back. Last time, we explored the majority of the Scaly layer, and we started on the Niccolo side quest. This time, we're going to explore the rest of the Scaly layer, and probably finish up the Marsh Cave by the time this recording is over. So, sound like a plan to you? Good. Then let's go. And by the way, you'll have to excuse the terrible singing there, because I'm not exactly a great singer, but I guess it works. So we're just gonna go through the rest of the Scaly layer here and hopefully avoid the annoyance that the what are they called again? Tonpoles just caused me. I mean, it was missing, but it still prevented me from doing anything. So there is that. Oh, and just as a little pointer here, you'll want to have around 750 lucre, not gil this time. You'll want to have around 750 lucre by the time you get out of the Marsh Cave the next time. Just as a precautionary measure, because we're going to find Niccolo again when we get out of there. So anyway, let's continue. Oh, and as a little bit of a different thing from the last video, I'm actually not recording at 4 in the morning this time, even though it's kind of, you know, it's late in the game, but I'm recording at like 1 in the afternoon because I don't have classes until a little bit later today. And if this goes up on the day that I'm pretty sure it's going to go up on, this video is probably going to be a little bit later. It'll be uploaded a little bit later because I have some research credit stuff to do for my psychology class on this coming Wednesday. So if it goes up on that day and it's a little bit late, I apologize. I just had to take care of some stuff real quick. So this is the last little area of the Scaly layer. Down this way is that area where we got the Angel Grail chests last time. Stop casting magic on it, Elena. Not like I can influence her with my voice or anything. But anyway, in here is the Marsh Cave. Now what do we have up here? Okay, this must be the seal that he was talking about. Can I bait it? I don't think so, but you can see how it's glowing like orangish. Well, what you want to do, if you're the hero, it's probably better to switch to the bow because that has better magic trajectory than the sword. But if you're the heroine, pretty much either weapon that she has right now will do. And then you want to cast a fire spell on the seal, and it will break. It's like the meta balls, except it's a magic seal. Oops, why am I rolling my spirits? So once you do that, these lily pads will appear down here, and then you can head up into this cave. So, anyway, going back to the singing part, I apologize for that if you thought that it was terrible or anything like that, but that is kind of a sign that, oh, and these can be cut down like regular grass. And they do also contain the same stuff as regular grass, it's just that they are dropping it right now. But, me singing and being able to, there you go. Me singing and being able to sing fairly fluently, at least for me, like that, is a sign that I'm actually getting better and this sickness isn't like something serious. So, I guess you could attribute it to that. You could use that as an excuse. That's probably the best excuse I've got. I'm sorry about that. Those are new. I think they're called Lizardons. They have the highest amount of HP of any enemy that you've faced so far. So just be careful. They're not too terribly hard to deal with, and they don't deal too terribly much damage, so they shouldn't be too much of a problem. But at first, when they're spawning, I don't know if you guys have seen it in the top left corner there a second ago, they kind of look like tadpoles when they first spawn. Elena got a level up. And see, if you saw there, it kind of flung its tail towards me, but that doesn't really do terribly large amounts of damage. I mean, even for Elena, when I was doing it on her file, when she has 3 defense, it was only doing like 9 damage max, so nothing really to worry about. So, since there's going to be a lot of downtime in this episode, and it's going to be just kind of me getting through this cave, I'm going to take some time to tell another story. It's not going to be a ghost story, obviously, because we're past Halloween enough that it wouldn't make sense for me to tell you a ghost story. Can I get that? Thought I could. Not going to worry about it. I can get plenty of money later on anyway, just from... Whoa. Hooah! Gotcha. Just from grinding and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a story. Now, I recall getting a message from one of my subscribers. It's GamerShark477, I'm going to say. But GamerShark sent me a message after he subscribed to me. I sent him a message telling him, you know, thanks for subscribing, and if you have any suggestions on how I can improve, then let me know. But and then he sent me back a message with a great suggestion. He was suggesting, you know, that it would a high subscriber count. If I want a high subscriber count, I might want to start doing games that are a little bit more recent, and I will do those eventually. I mean, that's definitely on my list. Right now, I'm trying to take care of the older games. Why can't I get up the sledge? Right now, I'm trying to take care of the older games because my apartment right now, the only game systems that I have are my Nintendo DS, my Nintendo GameCube, and my PlayStation 2. So I don't really have access to like more recently released games, I guess you could say, simply because I don't have the systems in my apartment. But yeah, his suggestion, or her, I don't know the gender. I'm gonna assume it's a guy. I'm gonna assume he's a guy because seems like one, but I don't know. That's just my first impression. If you're a girl, GamerShark, I'm very sorry. But anyway, they made that suggestion that I should play more recent games, and like I said, I will be doing that in the future. But for right now, I want to kind of avoid the whole copyright claim thing, because, you know, with the whole DMCA claims and everything in recent months, I kind of want to avoid that a little bit, at least for now. So if I do get to playing more recently released games, I will probably be doing it like a couple of months after the actual game releases. So that way, I'll have it. I won't have as much trouble with copyright claims or anything to that effect. But that's not the only thing. Is that the fact that GamerShark mentioned, oh well, a high subscriber count. You could do this to get a high subscriber count. It made me start thinking, why exactly did I make a YouTube account? Because I mean, yes, it is a hobby. Making these videos, because it's not like I'm doing this to get paid or anything like that. I'm not paid by anybody to do this. This is just me sitting around in my downtime and talking to myself in order to provide entertainment to you guys, like it says in my channel description. But it made me start thinking, did I have a deeper reason for doing this than really making it a hobby? And as I started to think about it a little bit, I started to realize, yeah, there's probably a deeper reason to this, because of the fact that some people that might have seen me around the internet before this, and if you are watching this, you know who you are, but you might realize that I had a certain idea of what my what degrees I was going to pursue in college. Oh, I accidentally went on the other screen there. But I had a fair idea of what I was going to pursue in college last year, and since then the actual idea has changed pretty drastically. I'm considering now, I was considering an architecture and linguistics major-minor combination, but as I got into the classes for that, I realized that it's not a really practical thing, because those two don't really mix very well, and they don't really have any benefits together. So now that I'm was thinking about it, I recalled that lately I've been considering pursuing an education minor to go with my now psychology major. There's nothing really down here, so don't worry about that. But yeah, now I'm a psychology major, and I'm considering an education minor to go with it, because even if I end up doing something other than actually, teaching psychology or whatever, I'm considering teaching it at the college level. But even if I end up doing like industrial or organizational psychology, which is where you basically go to a company and you monitor the status of the employees and how the work environment can be more accommodating to them and everything like that. But even if I end up doing that, I do eventually want to teach psychology at the college level. I've been pretty inspired by my teachers lately to get into that sort of thing, because I think it's a pretty cool field, and I want to share my knowledge of it that I've earned over the past probably year that I've taken it with everyone else that is interested in the field and everything like that, or just to get kids through their gen eds, because Lord knows not everybody wants to be a psychology major when they grow up. It's kind of it's not a difficult subject. I got the end of it there too. Yeah, when arrows hit, they have technically 3 attacking animations if they're up and down. They have one where you're setting, one where you're shooting, and one where it lands. So if you can hit them where it lands, then you'll get a second attack animation there too. But yeah, just want to give this knowledge to anybody who would be taking a class. I'm more interested in teaching introductory level psychology, but I'm sure that if I was hired by a university to teach, it would be a little bit of a different story, because I'd have to teach more than one class in order to, be a teacher there. So anyway, let's head down here, and whoa! Ow. We fell down the hole. So, to go back to my story, the point and purpose of that story is the fact that really, even though I am doing this for a hobby, whoa, these are duck GIs, they have ball and chains, I guess. Can't get that. And they're pretty easy to deal with, just cast from long range but not in a straight line, or just hit them. And if you beat everything in the room, including all the duck GIs, you get a Flail, a new weapon. That'll be really useful, especially for the fact that we can't get out of here unless we use the Flail. So let's get it out, and you see that, you can't see it, but you see that little hole to the right of, well, now above me. Use the Flail, and you can get across the gap with it. So that's a pretty cool feature. I like the Flail as a tool more than I like it as a weapon, because the Flail is a jab trait weapon, so it is kind of outclassed by the bow. But I really like it as a tool for getting around. It's a cool little mechanic that they should use that more often, I think, with traversing gaps like that, because a gap like this, you can't jump this. So in other games that were kind of like this one, it'd be an impossible area to pass through. But with the Flail, you can get right past it really easily, and then just explore some new areas, like this little passage up here.